Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Shreya. If you're watching me for the first time, hello, and today's video is going to be about a book review again. So I'm going to talk about a book which is one of my favorites, and to give a little introduction about this book, it's very beautiful. It has a very great meaning, and when you complete reading this book, you would feel so good about yourself. You would get to know about things which are actually important in our life, and it just refreshes your entire mood. And once you complete reading one chapter, you would be intrigued to know about what's there in the next chapter, and this would go on till the book ends. So without me creating any further suspense, let me show the book I'm referring to. This is the book which is The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, and it is written by Robin Sharma. This is something which I've not read recently, but I've read it long back, but I just wanted to give a review in case you are looking for a good book. Then you could consider purchasing this book. After me giving the gist of what this book is all about, you could make a decision based on that. So I'm going to talk about the story. I'm just going to give a gist of what's mentioned in this book. So it starts with the story of a person. He's a lawyer. He's really successful in his profession, and all of a sudden he collapsed one day due to ill health. And when he recovered, he realized that he was really not happy from inside, and he was having everything in his life. There was nothing that he's not having, but still he felt empty from inside. And then one day he decides to give up everything and go in search of real happiness. So after searching for a really long time, he comes across a person who tells him about the sages who live in Himalayas, and he's so intrigued about the fact, and he's very desperate to meet those sages. And he starts walking towards the place in the Himalayas searching for the sages, and he happens to meet one of the sages, and that sage takes him to a place where there's a beautiful village, and the village is described like really beautifully in this book. And that's like a transformation that happens in the life of the lawyer. So he happens to learn a lot of things which help him become a better version of himself, which makes him realize that this is not the life you are looking for, and peace cannot be achieved just by money, luxuries, and being successful in your profession. There is a different life that is awaiting you, and he gets to know about all these things which transform him completely into a new person. So after a really long time, he happens to visit one of his colleagues' house, and he starts describing about his journey. He explains about what he's learned, and the person who's listening is also very much interested and fascinated about the fact that the lawyer, whose name is Julian, had got to know. He also wants to implement that in his life, as he's also very much driven and passionate about his profession, but he was not having time to live life actually, and he was also not happy from inside. So he wanted little insight about how he transformed his life, and he starts narrating the entire story, and he shares his experiences with his colleague, and he feels very happy. And he said that he would also be practicing the same thing and transform his life for better. So it's basically about a journey of a person who completely gets into a different life, who was very successful previously, who had everything in his life, and all of a sudden he realized that is not everything, and then he transforms completely. So it's a very beautiful story, a good narration, and by the time you complete reading this book, I'm pretty sure you would also feel or encounter certain things which you might have felt in the same way the person or the protagonist of the story had experienced. And people, again, as I said, the ones who are spiritually inclined would definitely love reading this book. If I have to talk about the language of the book, it's pretty simple. There is no complicated vocabulary again. It just feels very good. The feel of this book is very good. The meaning is very intense, and it just lightens and refreshes the mood as you read. And as I said, you would be intrigued each time you complete a chapter, and you would know, I just want to complete reading this book really fast. So that's all about the book review. I hope I made sense and I explained this story really well. In case you're interested, you could definitely consider reading this book, as it's definitely one of the best books in the list. And that's it. In case you have read the book, you could also mention your comments in the comment section below. In case you have some good book suggestions, do mention that as well. I will see you guys in my next video. Till then, you take care, let the glow be in, and keep glowing from inside out.